Thank you for listening. That was a good music from Victoria Louis. You know, she has been singing. It's beautiful music. Beautiful music. Hope you enjoy the music. You get those lonely when you're on your own. So all you got to do is call up on the phone. No need to be alone. Hello. So hope you enjoy the music. Lose your way and you got nowhere to go. Just hold on, you'll be back on home. La 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 la. La 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 la. And we play that homegrown reggae rhythm every night and day. 'Cause it's got a groove, that feeling makes you wanna dance, makes you wanna stay. So if you lose your way and you got nowhere to go, just hold on, you'll be back on homeland again. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yeah. So if you feel the beat, just get on your feet. We'll be playing just for you. What more can we do? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I got that homegrown loving. I got that homegrown feeling. You got that homegrown loving. You got that homegrown feeling. We play that homegrown rhythm. We play that homegrown reggae. I hope you guys enjoy.
They customize your car insurance.
Thank you. enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that music, and hopefully it will kind of calm you down, especially as we are in the midnight. We are around 10:20 in this part of the world. Some are 9, some are 8, some are still noon, and some are already a new day. So, to be the best version of myself. It is a platform that it's to promote being positive, and also skills and strategies in order for you to use, and myself especially to use. And so it's something that I like to promote online. So you can be, we can get angry, we can get mad, we can be so devastating at times, but it is always wiser that we have tools or equipments or assets that we can always turn to and use it as a skill that it will help us. So therefore, it is very vital that we come and celebrate our differences by learning all these strategies and these skills. I am very bad with it, and I'm still trying to good at it. Sometimes I forget it. Sometimes I think it's only the other people, or you have to do it, or my children have to do it. So I have learned to embrace that and try to understand. So we're gonna give this few music for you guys, so you can listen to it, and then after that, we are going to start.
Add a little bit more to your week. Bring it out to the ends of the bars. And you can find this.
So hear the beautiful voice of Vika Victoria Louis. It's nice to promote our own. There are, if we have people, these are a woman who has a beautiful voice naturally. I have heard her when she was young. So I hope you enjoy the music.
In a little corner of the world, you could roll around the globe, never find a warmer soul to know. Oh, I saw you by the wall, 10 of your 10 soldiers in a row, with eyes like icy fire, the human heart captive in the snow. Oh, that Peter, you will never know anything about my home. I'll never know how good it feels to hold you. Ooh, Nikita, I need you so. Oh, Nikita is the other side of any given life and time, counting tents and soldiers in a hell. Oh no, Nikita, you never know.
Can you hear the music on the thing, on the Facebook? Because I managed
You ever
to.
dream of me? Do you ever see the letters that I write? When you look up to the wild, Nikita, do you count the stars at night? And if there comes a time, guys and gangs no longer hold you in, and if we're free to make a choice, look towards the west and find a friend. Oh, that Peter, you will never know anything about my home. I'll never know how good it is to hold you. Ooh, Nikita, I need you so. Oh, Nikita is the other side given life and time, counting tents and soldiers in arrow. Oh no, Nikita, you never know. Oh, Nikita, you will never know anything about my home. I'll never know how good it feels to hold you. Ooh, Nikita, I need you so. Oh, Nikita, you be the other side of any given life and time, counting tents and soldiers in arrow. Oh no, Nikita, you never know.
I hope you enjoy that. That is from our own Victoria Louis. And we give credit for her, for her talent, and especially, you know, the beautiful natural voice she has. And so it is amazing that we need to promote her. And I really appreciate you guys. So maybe one more song for those of you who have been sharing. If you are watching and you get access to this, this is live from the Be the Best Version of Myself and Hoko Koefungani Kita. If you are friend with me on that Facebook, it is on live, and the link is shared from Zoom to YouTube, and then YouTube link is being shared around. So if you have the chance, just click on it and hit like and then share. Let's hear. Let's hear. Look, after this, we're going to continue on.
kae momo ai me a fulive.
I'm so proud of Vika, and I like, I really admire the music, her voice, and I think it's a nice thing that I played some of her music tonight, so we can embrace her beautiful voice. Those are beautiful voice, and I have seen this girl when she was young. We used to be in the same state or go to church, the same church in town, and then Vika has been singing at school and also ever since she grew up. So that is something that our own people or our own tongue and they are singing, and I really appreciate that. Okay, and so it's beautiful just to promote her and then see the beauty of her music, and so I love it, and it is amazing just to hear her singing. And to me, it is something that we always have to embrace. And it is nice to embrace people's voice. Okay? And so, for those of you who are watching, if you can, so just know this platform, be the best version of myself. And in Tongan, hoko koe tokotaha, hoko koe funganikita. And when I say hoko koe funganikita, that means be the best version of myself or yourself. It is important that we it is important that we what? That we embrace this. And there are so many times that we promote people, and when it comes to our own people, we don't promote them. So to me, I really like to promote her. Okay? And so it is important that we do this. And so let's celebrate that by listening to one of the exercise that I always like to share, which is a mindfulness activity. And as you know, I like to promote positive vibes. And even though I am not perfect, I have lots of flaws. And I have lots of many ugly behaviors that need to let go. But because it's educational and it is therapeutic for us to work together as a team and to celebrate our differences by coming together online or on live and just follow each other's, okay? So it is important that we learn how to embrace each other. So therefore, we are going to start by, I want you to embrace your hand, to let go your hand, and then your hand should be open. And at the same time, when it is open, I want you to I want you to just relax, be yourself, and at the same time try to what? Try to not to focus on anything else. Okay, just try to be yourself, and at the same time you are going to remember that it is very important that you are what? That you focus, you don't focus on anything. Just be on yourself at this time, whatever happened, the music you have heard, just focus at this moment. And then we are going to do a little exercise, and it's going to be 5 minutes. And when I say 5 minutes, we are going to focus on it for 5 minutes. And then we are going to talk about things that it will help us when we are angry. Okay? He temu tau itai. Ko lahi papuputu wange koe aloto tangi. A te meni iku tau ita kamata pe ita. Hoko atu ai pe moe ha. Pea moe loto mamahi. And most of the thing, we tend to what? We tend to just torture ourselves. You know, we tend to just be upset about it, and many times we tend to discourage our own self when we feel that way. So it is very wise that we embrace ourselves and know that we are human beings. It's okay to make mistake. So aya o fumat ak mahuinga ke tau ilo iko tau tolu ke tangata pe o ku sai pe au kai ke kai ke fufia ma uia ke tau hanga o tau te a mo lava ki I tau tolu ko uhinga ko ha ko ene uhinga ko e tau whaingata ia whakaloto pea kono uhinga ko e tau kono uhinga ko e tau ngongo i ku tau mo la loa ka hataha pe hange ko tau ma foki ko ngā koe sio a kakai ko ia. But it is very important that we embrace ourselves and we just do the best we can, because everybody make mistake. There is no one in this life that is not making a mistake, and if we are perfect, ko for loa pana tau hahawa ko for loa no ame tau tol ke tafa ke taha. Okay, so we are going to be focused and you are not going to talk. Yourself, you can move yourself, your head. Drop your hand, and then I want you to close your eyes if you want to. Just relax yourself. Breathe normally. Now, breathe in. Hold it. Remember, you breathe in, you hold it. Okay? Go. In and hold. In. So you can relax. You can drop your hand to the side. You can let go your hand like this, or you just be yourself, okay? So you can be yourself. So don't don't worry about who is talking. Just be yourself. Breathe normally. Brain should be here, nowhere else. Should be focus or to the present. It doesn't matter who is making noise, just focus on yourself. If you are following this activity, you have to focus in this moment, not before and not tomorrow, not in the future, in the moment. Yeah, you have heard that?
How would you like to turn
And
your
how
innate
to like it? Did you feel calm? Did you feel how what feeling good about yourself? So sometimes it is important that we focus on ourselves. Okay, it is very vital that we focus on ourselves instead of worrying about too much about others. Okay, so what we are going to talk about tonight, and I think I am going to I am going to um, talk to you guys about something that I have been. We're going to talk about anchor management, meaning ko taimi tau ko tau tala no ani ki he ita he ke taimi ko o ku loto tangi ai hata pe a upe ha taimi ko ha ku tana kita o ku tamate he tau ta ko ya pe ku ne o hofi o ta hata so I have to keep matala. So I'm going to go Tongan and also English, but the majority of the time I'm going to speak in English so everybody knows. And those of you, I know most of us Tongan, we speak in English. So what is anchor? What is anchor to us? Have you been experiencing anchor? What is anchor? Koeha ai ita. So what we are going to talk about is understanding what is anchor. Koeha ai ita. What is it? Is it something that we can control, or is it something that we cannot control? Aya koe anger management pe ko hono mapure ikita. Kono ako ieni ke pate mo fatonga if you are making a criminal act, when you go to jail, usually you are going to have treatment and you are going to be treated to know, because majority of you or most of us, we make mistake because we are either we are unconscious, we are not in our wise mind, or we are highly negatively elevated in negative emotion. And so that is something that that we need to recognize. And so mostly of what we're going to talk about tonight is understand what is really anger is. Ko e ha ko ai ita. Pe ko e ha me au whatupunga ai loto tangia o au o tau o whai ai ngahi mau lao pe ko ngahi ulunganga o ki kai ke fungani. Remember the platform ko e ni it calls be the best version of myself. And so this is about myself and it is about you. Those of you who are following, it is important that we know that this is not who we are. We are here, but we need to what? Keep building and keep stepping up. We are moving up or we are moving forward. Therefore, it is very vital that we are aware of our negative emotions. Okay, very good. So what is negative? Negative ko ha negative ko ngahi ulunganga o ikai ke ha sai. So I'm going to deal with you tonight about something, a behavioral issue, okay? So what is anger? You know, too many times we talk about it, but we don't really know what is it, okay? So anger ko ita, aya so ko ha ai ita, aya ko fahinga ko ngaya ngahiongo. So we have senses. Okay, and those 5 senses we call it emotion. And most of the time, I ko tau ngahi ongo, o kune whaalava pe o create. E ka pote te too strong pa fulahi te taftake ongo. For example, I'm going to give you this. Most of the time, I feel sorry for others. Sometimes I cannot make my decision because I feel sorry. I feel sympathetic for the other person. Mahino? Aya ko au ko natula o ko whaanga ilahi ai ongo pe ko e kuongo I whakaofa ia. Most of the time o ko me whakaofa ia au hata. Ne ongo ko fu loto oku loto ia ke whaia me ako ia pe whai foi hawhi tutu ni ko he do taha ko ia. Ka wha malohe ange maupe hange tau lau tai ni malohe wha ko halahi ang hoto mafu. And so for me, I always feel sympathetic instead of empathetic. Aya oku whakanatula pe ke te ongo I whakaofa ia maupe, but it's not good for you. He te ke ongo I koe o ke whakaofa ia maupe, pe a ko ho decision pe ko ho whiri, mo tutu ni e whai ia pesi, me he ongo I whakaofa ia, ka ui kai koe me a ko toton ke whai. So I'm going to go back to English and let's dwell in English until the end, and maybe I can switch a little bit back to the Tongan. So, anger is it deals with a lot of negative. Okay, it's a negative elevated emotion or negative emotion. So our emotion can be good and can be bad. If we are not careful, we are going to end up not identifying or recognizing what kind of feeling is this, what kind of, if it's all right or if it's appropriate to use or not. Mahino, aya matake mau inga ke tau iloi, ko ha ai ita. He ko taimi ko ke tau iloi ai what kind of anger or what kind of ita we are, ha ita tau iai. Ko tau pehe to ko ita, ko mea pia to ton ke fai ko au ko fefine ita, au ko ita lahi. Ita lahi. Whakamalo whawhetai, ko e ku gonna train iau pe ha o ngā ua he tawhaaki ko ne criminal injustice, pia ko e rehabilitating. Aya ko hono whakalere I o e atamai o tangata. A tau whita whainga tawhaaki pe, kana mainly tā taha ki tawhaaki ko ni, o e kakai ku nau hao ki prisone. Pia he ene pehe, I feel that it's important for you, my peers, just to share my experience and to coach you in some ways where we can all understand what is anger, how can we handle it, and we won't handle it in one night, but I am going to spend at least 30 minutes on this and then we're gonna end our night, okay? So, so this is what we are going to talk about. It is important that that we we understand that there's something called external trigger and internal trigger. Aya ko external ko ngai mea ko to pe o ku hoko pe ku ne wesi ai ko o atamai pe am ho ngahi o hoko mai me tua I ho atakai o ku ia I lea whaka treatment ni ko external trigger. Eh? So the second one is internal trigger. Aya ko internal, de whanau whiria ko in, aya ko loto. I loto ia te koe o I ho loto, I ho mafu, I ho maamaa, I ho ngahi ongo, I ho atamai, o kuke, o kuiai ai internal trigger. Koe ha a trigger. What is triggers? Triggers are the cause of the things or cause of anger. Mahino? So what is a trigger? Koe mea kong ne whakatupunga ai ita. For example, I'm going to give you one example. If I am the cause. So sometimes we are unconscious. So, like me, I'm mostly unconscious. I do things at time. I'm just free. I'm just doing it. I'm saying it. I didn't mean it. But at the same time, when one of my child, said, "You shouldn't do that, Mom," and then in my head I said, "What does she mean? I was doing okay." So sometimes you are in your unconscious mind and you don't really understand what you're doing. So that's why we did the mindfulness activity earlier, so we can bring our focus here in the present. So now you know what is internal and external triggers, because as we talk, te taulava rewa ilo I koe ha. Aya koe ha triggers koe mea kong ni hanga whatupunga ai ita. So anger or angry is a verb, koe action words. And so, there has to be a cause. Imagino? So, aya koe mea koe te tau siore waki ai, e matu aki mahu inga au pito ke tau iloi, pea tala koe tau whai, he kai fu mahu inga Maria, it won't meaning fully to you unless you are acting on it or you are practicing it. So remember practice. So anytime you see a person who is very hataha or very patient, anybody who is very patient, anybody who is controlling his anger or her anger, that person has been practicing skills or practicing ways and strategies in order to overcome and control herself or himself. You understand? So it is very vital that you know, that you understand what are your external triggers, what are your internal triggers. Hangai mea I tu hau atakai me mama o mea te koe o kune whawhatupunga koe ke ita. Ua ki ai, koe hangai mea I loto ia te koe o kune whatupunga. For example, I might be hungry. Taima ko whekai ai, I'm cranky, okay? Sometimes when I am not having enough sleep, that's internal trigger. O ko whawhang mai au ko I te ita ko aha ko tafulu kape. You understand? So it is very important that we what? That we know exactly what is the right thing to say and what is the right, or else we are going to end up feeling emotional and sympathetic to mostly everything. So it is very, very important that we what? That we know what is your external trigger and what is your internal trigger. Okay, let's rest there for a little while you guys are what? Thinking about that. So it is very important that you what? That you know your external. Ha external trigger kan ai me ako koko iloto yakoe. Okay? So anybody you can share, if you can share, that would be nice. Okay? I would appreciate you if you share. I will appreciate that. Okay, so very important that you understand that. So, aya ka ngahi me aya, in order for us ke tau ilo I koe ha e tau ha. What is The cause ho ita moho fa'aloto tangia, you have to understand what is the cause, okay? He kai kai ke ilo I cause, you're gonna be in trouble all the time. So I wanna hear, this is from Vika. She's singing One Day at a Time in Tongan. This is a treatment time. Hope you understand. This is beautiful.
E a
Thank you, Vika. That was beautiful from Vika. And now we are moving on to what is the cause. So we all know, koe ha ai cause, koe ha ai whatupunga o ita. Wo paupe ke ai foi ai me ana foi masi na ne kohi pe na ne ignite ai afi, and then that's what it is. Okay? So so you all understand now what is an external trigger. External triggers are the things that outside aya ko sio atu ka taha. When you look at someone o fakikila mai no mataka ko be kape mai ka ko, that can be a cause. Aya ko hame ana tohi maha taha Facebook, social media, they write something to you and that cause you to be angry. So that is an external trigger. So what is an internal trigger? I mentioned earlier, when I don't have enough sleep or rest, I can be so angry. Okay? When I don't have when I'm hungry, we are cranky and we are so angry. So that is the cause. So usually anger happens when we are elevated in negative emotions. Mahino? So we have to know how to socialize or to make social skill training. So we are going to talk about, I'm going to just, so we have to know or act. So like I said, in order for us to get better at this, moving forward, we are going to do some practice or some, some conversation, or we are going to be online, and you can join me in a Zoom when we do this, okay? Because we are not going to do good, or we are not going to be able to control our anger when we are what? When we are not trained. Okay, so the first anger. This is something that it causes a lot of anger. Okay, I have a little, so I am looking at my handbook, and I have a book here that kind of remind me of what I have been doing. And so, bear with me. So, making a complaint. Time you go tau faha hanuai. Kapau o ku ke hanu ko ka ore ku ke ha o ke loto mamai pe kwa ha mea o ku ha the trigger. Remember the trigger? Remember that? Triggers, it causes you to what? Cause you to be very, very angry. So in order for you, you cannot be the cause is causing you to be so angry. So the very first thing we are going to look at is something called making a complaint. Aya koe hanu. Ko taim ko ke hanu waware ai, pe oku ke unfair. Aya koe hanu, ko taim ko te hanu ai, it's something that you feel you have the right for it. Winga tawanga he nofo koe he lao, rules and regulations o wa e totonu a aku ke kai. Paktau fa ke ingo, he? So, ko hera me fai, instead of what? Of eating the food of was on my, ko ha ita ke ingo to ta ko ne ngahi me kai, pe ko ko o ke siwa ke mata fra fula ko ha ke ingo. That cause you to what? Get a complaint. Ko no uhinga ko te hanu, he ko ngo i wai ho totonu ke kai. Ko ko konga ko o family, and you feel you have a right. So when you feel you have a right for something, we usually complain. So, but when you decide, when you are complaining, when you are complaining and you feel you have that right, then we always have unfair thoughts then. When you have unfair thoughts and you say, well, she's my sister, she should give, you feel that, go sister, it's your sister that she's obligated to give you food. So, instead of external trigger, it is an internal trigger because you feel what? It's unfair. It's inside here. You feel it's a right. It's your right to get that food. Your sister is obligated to cook for you. That's an internal. When you look at your sister, she is frowning, you interpret it, or you are assuming that she is mad, then you start having what? Unfair thoughts. So it can go both ways. The cause of anger, that you are angry or you are hanu or complaining because you feel it's unfair. So when the unfairness is there because you feel it's your right to eat. Okay? So how are we going to hurdle or tackle complaining? How are you going to iron out, or how are you going to be skillful when you are having this? So you have to decide what is your complaint. If you are seeing your sister, you're visiting your sister, that she is frowning, decide what your complaint is about. Second, decide what you like to be done about that. So like I said, internally inside here, you are thinking that your sister is or is angry because she's frowning. You get it? And then at the same time, why did you feel that way? Because external trigger, your sister's face is frowning, her facial expression. Okay? So how are you going to overcome that unfairness and then feeling it's your right to eat what your sister cooked? In America, that's not her duty. Okay? Maybe in the island or South Pacific or in the island where I come from, we feel obligated that we have to cook for the people who come to our house. But in this land, the policy or the rules, it is who you are free, you don't feel obligated to do anything for anybody. So let's go to the skill. How are we going to do? Make a complaint or making a complaint. First, now you know that you have triggers. You have internal also, you have external trigger. Your sister's facial expression is showing you that cause you to have unfair thoughts and cause you to feel you have the right. She's a sister. See? Go ahead and cause, not your unfairness, it's her facial expression. 2, decide to make a complaint. First, decide to make a complaint. Uraki, fenga ke fai leva, ha, ha. O he ka ke toi hanu ka ke ia fenga leva. So aya ko pau ke whakaukau o ke hanu ko hanu ke loto mamahi. Aya ko e whaunga ko te ke solo vai ke toi ha. Te kolo I peke whanai, that's the bullets for complaining, is to what? Making a complaint. You hear me? So making a complaint, since you are complaining, you are making a complaint. And the complaining will be approaching your sister. So let's say, decide what would you like to be done, what you like done about it. So if I were you, so the strategy or the skill, you are going to say, okay, I see the facial expression, and she's very angry and frowning. Okay, I'm going to switch to my mother's tongue. O mata whakafula mata ita mahalo ke ingo ia he kau ke ni. Hile ko ia ko hok toko ua ia o tonu peke ne ngahe mea kai ke ua pe mo au kai ai. Sai. Whakakaukau what you would like done about it. Think about or decide what you would like done about it. Okay, so yes, this is what I'm going to decide what would like to be done. Okay, I'm going to just tell my sister so she knows that I recognize her facial expression. Okay? Number 3, I am going to decide whom to complain to. All right. Is my sister is a good moody, or is she going to be offended if I approach her directly, or I'm going to go to her husband or her daughter. But you see, when you beat around the bush, you are going to what? Hurt more. So be direct. Just go straight to the person. So tell that person. So what you're going to do, you are going to decide, am I going to her or going to somebody? Best option, go direct to her. But not that time. So you are going to tell that person your complaint and what you would like to be done about it. So in my name, so I'm gonna add, instead of doing that, usually, usually we are going to demonstrate it like this. So I'm gonna pace around and I'm gonna say, okay, I see my sister is very, she's she's not having a happy face. It looks like she's angry. It looks like she's what? She is not feeling well. It looks like she is so. It looks like she's so uh, she's frowning. Her facial expression. Okay, what can I do? I think I need to tell her when she cook, stop frowning when people come in because other people will interpret it wrong, like me. On my head now, I'm thinking about she's gay ingo or she's angry. Okay? So, and I am going to decide to tell her. But ask if she can or do what you have suggested. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to think about what will be a good time. What will be a good time for me to talk to her about? So she's busy cooking, okay? Then, but remember, for me, I'm angry. I'm having unfair thoughts now, and I'm hanu or I'm complaining. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna practice. So that's why I'm standing up. I'm gonna do this. Okay, Lata or Karisi. I think I'm gonna tell Kalisi that she is having a weird facial expression. Kia te au kou sunga no mata o kou mata I ita, mata I kei ingo. E anga ia koe e kou whanga whamau ia. Ua ki ai, te utalangi e koe harawa e mea whai. Ko pao pe ke utalangi, kai kai ke alka utalangi e tainini. Ko no uinga he kuhara. Loto ngā kuki, pe a te ke heni hono maari mani whanau. Ka kou tui te ulawa pe he taini e taatai. So, your next step is to identify what will be the best time to talk to your sister. What will be the best time? So, you have to evaluate her expression here, body language, and then when you feel good, you approach her and say, Karisi. So if I were you, this is my Karisi. Can we talk when you have a little time? When you have a time, I just want to say something. I want to tell you something. That's all. And you let it be. And then you go and do maybe now the food is served or it's dished out. Then now you ask Kalisi, Kalisi, I'm gonna talk to you. Okay, now we are coming we're gonna talk. So what do? I'm gonna tell her, sister, did you know when I came in, I saw you were having a weird facial expression. And then Kalisi says, she will tell you whatever her reason. You just said, that's all I said. It kind of make me worried because whether you are angry, what was happening. And so Kalisi, it's up to her to tell you whether she was angry, she was gay ingo, or it was just you're being judgmental. So when you usually express, so for me, if I want to talk to someone whom I want to do something, I'll say, okay, Mariana, ko fia ma o koe ke kātaki o whakafoki mai e ku here pēlu na ake ave. Aia te o sore ka he Mariana ke whai nau tara noa mo nei group of people. Ma ko ti site ko sia to pe ko ata Mariana te at Mariana e site o ki ire at ka koe. Mea, oh, sai pe ka ko ke mo. Okay, e lawa ke taki tara noa anai. So it's approaching. And so os pe tanga le, oh Mariana. Ko ka o pe ke tat ka ko ke loto mamahi au pito talo ho ha o mo e kwere pelu ko ta uene he ua o te ke whafoki mai. So what does you are being honest with yourself. You're telling that person that you need you butcher knife or you need that machete to bring home because it's yours. She borrowed it. She took it for 2 years. You have no problem with telling. So it is up to Mariana if she accepts to talk to you or no. So in this case, you are practicing or you are dealing with that anger or unfair thoughts that you have in your brain, and now you are freeing out your guts and your soul by telling Mariana, could I talk to you? If you're available, can we talk? And Mariana will say, no, I'm very busy. I have visitors. And I say, yes, but I would like to talk with you. And so Mariana will tell you, Um, okay, come back tomorrow. And if I come back tomorrow, and all I said, I'm gonna tell Meleana what's my complaint and what you like to be done about it, what you like done about it. So I'm gonna say, Meleana, koe ku haupe, kei whamanatua tuka koe. Ko ki hele pelu tal ho o mai he ta wene ua ko si ha ke oange. Pe ofa pehe ke toi kore e hele pelu. Pe ave fuoloa pehe. That's it. Sometimes in our culture, or our human culture, sometimes we do things in a traditional way or we're accustomed to do things. And then when you come to bring your stuff, then you tend to say, oh, why is she so angry about, why, well, is it a big deal? Hello? You borrowed that machete and you should give it back. You borrow, if you ask to take it, you should have deal with her. Maybe you should pay for it. Okay? So that is another way. So the bullets are, in order for you to solve anger on unfair thoughts or hanu, because when we complain we have unfair thoughts or we always feel we have the right and it's an obligation that we have to have. So complaining, you have to use the strategies or skills of using complain again, but in a positive way. So you get that? So I'm gonna play you guys some music so you guys can chill out and then relax yourself. Then we are going to how we are going to use the other skill to heal that complaining issue or calm you down when you are hurting. Okay, so let's go to I find that auto this is from Vika Tudoria again. If you are listening, this is our own Victoria Louis, and praising her, she is a star. Okay, beautiful voice.
Oh, kai hasi o nā hule o hasi o mai e mate oi ai whangata o ato e liu mai si i te nia e are nā si o kai whenua mau te
I hope you hear. She's a beautiful voice. Uncle Lau, it's nice to listen, but you know, our time is running. So we are going to talk about, we are going to build again on how we make the complaint. Remember, I said you understand your external triggers and understand your internal triggers. Once you understand it, and then you identify the situation, what happened, you recognize the facial expression. She's angry because she's cooking. Maybe you are going to be a shortening for their food or their meal. Maybe they don't want to share. So it is, and then what happened to you? Then you started having unfair thoughts. You should be included because you are part of the family. And so sometimes we feel obligated, and it's our right. That's why we sometimes are affected by the triggers. And then what happened? So you have to learn, when you feel that way, the best option when you are hanu, okay? So the skill is presenting a complaint is a positive and effective way to the appropriate person and offering a solution in order to increase your chances of getting the outcome that you want. You see? So that's why we do complaining. So, like I said, the skill or the tool or the strategies to overcome the unfair thoughts and the feeling and knowing, oh, this is my right. Because that's why we have unfair thoughts, because we thought it's our right. You know, the rules and the custom and the tradition and the whatever, I have to be eating. I have to eat because it's my sister's house and I have to eat. Hello, maybe your sister and her husband doesn't want you there. So the skill that I want you to know, whenever you feel that way, this is how you deal with it. Making a complaint. You know, it is a positive and effectual way to appropriately to the appropriate person, you know, and offering a solution in order to increase your chances of getting the outcome you want. So if you want your sister to smile, what is the purpose of making a complaint? I want that facial expression to cut it off. I want her to smile when she cooks, whether she like it or not. She has to know how to cook and smile when other people are coming to her house. So now I hope. Aya, ko hono take ti ia pe ko hono tamate ia o hanu. He ko hame tau hanu ai. Ko nga he tau ngo e tau tolu. It is a must. Ko hoi whatongia ia hotoko wa ke kuki ma koe. Even though ko hano whatongia. Ka kono ngā koe culture, ko ngā koe tawanga whafonua. Ko hono uhi ngā koe anga wha family. Ui ngā ko tawanga whafoi tui tui. O tau ngo i o toton ke ngahi o sister oku ai mea kai. Ko ia ton ke kuke mea kai. Pa o toton ke ua mata ke ingo ia. O musio ki ai. Ha mea hoko. O ku hoko hono mata. Ko ha mea ia ke ha. O external. Aia ko external ka mea katoa pio hoko i tua. O ku ne whakatupunga ia ho o ngoi. O kai ke ton ke mata pehe. She's my sister. Ko toko ua o totonu ke ne ngahi mea kai pau ka hau hena whenga taimi pe. Hello, in America, you are invited to come. In the Pacific, in Tonga, probably it's not. Okay? So to some culture, you just stop in or just hop into the house. No. In this culture, there are lots of culture that you got to Make plan that I'm coming if it's okay. Do you have time? But so many times, let me say this in Tongan. So many times, the family wanted to sleep, wanted to rest, or maybe they want to cuddle each other, or they wanted to talk as a family. They wanted just to lie down on their couch and lift and elevate their legs or their feet. But there is always a visitor in the house. Do we sometimes think about the privacy and how those people in that family feel? Sometimes the family issue or extended family like that, it has to stop because it can be a what? External trigger. So in my when I was not smart and when I was we used to go to Oregon, and there are so many times that I'm not from Mama, and we thought ke mawope o lotu pa mawo I potoro afio mawongo maukaumea. When I had training and I finally realized that that poor family needed to sleep. They wanted to rest. They wanted to cuddle. They wanted to hug and they wanted to do family counseling or do their own family business. But we are always there, in their space and their privacy. So we have to do better. Because maybe that's why my sister or Mary or John or Peter is frowning or showing that expression. Because why? Because we are in their space. We are invading their space. They need their privacy. So all those can be external. And at the same time, I am the one who is looking at my sister who is frowning. Maybe I am a trigger to her. When I come here, it was automatic and then frowning. So it has to be both ways. And remember, unfair thoughts, that's your choice. It's you who are triggered or offended by that expression. So Mereana or my sister don't even know that I'm offended. But in order for me to keep a good rapport with my sister, you got to learn how to make a complaint. Whether it is okay. So you will find out, okay, hey sister, can we talk? When do you have time? Or are you guys having a family time? And then my sister say, yeah, I will have time with you. It's okay. What you're complaining about, but this time you are going to what? You are going to make a complaint. And so when you are making a complaint, you are going to make sure that what you want done about it, it's accomplished. So now you are asking, sis, is it okay? Then she said, okay, now I will come and say, oh, I already internalizing it. Go osihanga rehearse and act on it, role play. And so I will say, okay, sister, I go kifare atupe. Na wongo iyo ko fainga ta ia au pita ko mai ko sio mai pena ke mani mai ko sio pe ke si ho mai ko fuli ho mata fa fula ko loto pe ke ta ka ko pena me na ho ko pe ke ita tia le mai pe ko ka alu wow ko no nga ko understand he ko tem kai ka ko ke hela ia. So you will ho mare fa ko sister, but I think you say ko le atu pena ek mafuri ho mata na ke sai ka tia. Ko wongo ipe o tawa ko to ko ua to tonu pe ke kere hanga ton mai pe ka pa ko ke lotu ki ha kapin period. Whether your sister take it and then you said, what do you think? If she likes to talk to you about it, hallelujah. If she said, fine, good, I didn't mean it that way, leave it the way it is. Why? Because God strategy, it's a what? Fonga or a way for you to handle or control her ita. Because it's you who is angry. You are having unfair thoughts, and when you have unfair thoughts, you feel it's your right. She's a sister. She has to change the look of her face. You see? So, external trigger, that is an external trigger, okay? And it's you have to learn to identify, am I offended? Am I going to elevate negatively in anger? Okay? So that is an external trigger. So let's go to internal trigger. Internal trigger is something that happens in you. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I didn't have enough sleep. last night. And then I just wake up and come and sit here. And then I heard my daughter and my son were playing. And then I start yelling at them. Okay? What happened? Is that an external or internal? That is an internal. Because why? I did not have enough rest. The poor children were just playing. They had fun as sister and brother they were playing. Me, I didn't have enough sleep. Because I'm sitting here, all of us, I still wanted to sleep. And then I got startled because they were yelling and shouting. That is an internal trigger. Inside me, I was triggered or I was offended or I was elevated in anger because those two are playing. And it's daytime, they need to play. Two, this is another one. I came home. I came home from work. My boss was scolding me. Nahang hai pure oha. O taflu iya nakagisay ngawe. Ko itaw hai pure. So that's inside me, go internally. How I'm already elevated in negative emotion. I come in as soon as I walk into the house. I get mad. So when I come with that anger or that, I was offended when my boss talked to me. I carry that. I bring that home. And as soon as I enter the door, it doesn't smell nice, whatever. Maybe they were frying fish. I don't like it. So I start yelling, what is that smell? So all these can cause, and it's a choice for you to pick it, to continue on it, building on it, or you have to block it in order for you to have a good sense of mind or be in a wise mind and no judgmental. Because if you are elevated in negative emotion, that means you are always making decision based on your emotion. Okay? Sometimes you feel all the time, but not to forget. Okay, ngalo ya koe o te ke totonge ya ko ia pe ke tuition ya hoha ho reka. You see? So law of first aid, help yourself first. You can help someone else if your immediate family or yourself is being taken care, which is a good thing to do. So I think we have learned about complaining and tau ita ihe external triggers. Aya ko complaining, tamate ya ke pe hanu ai hanu, okay? And it's okay to approach that person, what? Approach that person right away. Present a complaint or making a complaint in a positive, meaning soft. You don't have to yell and shout at that person. And at the same time, you have to what? To be mindful. And all you do, it's a positive and a factual way to the appropriate person and offering a solution, like you said. I didn't feel right. You get it? All right, so we are coming to the end of our life. Let's play another music, and then we are going to go to another skill where you are going to use. If this doesn't work, you are going to work on yourself alone. Okay? And we are just promoting Vika tonight, so let's see how it is. Okay? Let's see one of your music. And this is Vika and Materita Kinkini and Karis Jr. Kinkini. Okay? So we are going to play that so you guys can hear. And Vika and Materita, I think, are cousins. And they have a beautiful voice. So it is so beautiful. So let's hear them. And after this, I'm going to conclude with the next skill.
Fight the Power, how hip-hop changed the world.
No, hip-hop doesn't change the world.
Fai ngata mo honola. Si fe koki mo tongan. Rifu sia haku atamai. Hange haleka mo he futang. O ia rotoni makafu kafu he mama. Hange hamana mafehinga he aki. O ia si tongai.
Tonga ina kua whana whiro wafo me katoni honorahi. Tapa e uhi wa whepapa ki o manga kotoare o tutongani. Si tonga e kua ka fua ke ai maka e fua mo unga afi. Reo e tangi o kua mo mai si matui amo fetu utaki.
Fiu fifiria mamani malai mamanga whakatamai. Misi teri ki he wakai. Hunga hapai unufu mafi. Ne tu unga hai hanai ai ke ie a e o tutongani. Nasari ne tohi palo fesai. Koe kere sibe na tau maluai. O iau si tongai.
Sanuari ua whehua ua me sa whakakoe na tula. Aho o ta whihuka umana tua e tuku whanua e tuku whanua. Me hapai ai ki o luna, me mamai ai ki o luna. Ke marui o tupu tupu a ai ka kai pe moe whanua. Whakapoe reo e kuomona. Ua se i ka foe o tumotua ma ofa. Amatonga tu ke taka whakaha te kirana o ta pureana. Koe no tu pe tene rawa o matua ki e whaingataa. Whakapoe reo e kuomona. Ua se i ka foe o tumotua ma ofa. Amatonga tu ke taka whakaha te kirana o ta pureana. Koe no tu pe tene rawa o matua ki e whaingataa.
Tamatonga o e fiu mo fua. O ka pōwhi ta uri pe tu tauwha. Ai ho te unga tau mea lama ki mua. Fuka ena o i kuna kei viringia i moonga. O what, tongai.
Isn't that lovely? That was a beautiful song. And I'm sorry for the non-tongan speakers. That song was encouraging and said, despite Tonga is where I'm originally from. And so Tonga was having the volcanic eruption. And, the black ashes was just covered. The whole place was painted with black. And so it says, even though we have faced these natural disasters and we were covered with ashes and blackness, but that doesn't mean we are going to stop there. We're going to press forward, move forward, and endure to the end. Okay? And because Tonga believes that we were dedicated to the Lord, and as our motto says, Tonga, God, and Tonga are my heritage. And so to me, that was a nice song that it fits our treatment and our educational conversation tonight. So we have talked about external triggers, internal triggers. We have given you examples of actions or things or scenario that would happen and that it edifies what external and internal triggers are. So now we are coming to something called, so what you said, the best strategy to take care of complaining is to make a complaint. It's when you are looking at someone or you feel unfair, you feel that you're offended, or you are started elevating in negative emotion. So the best thing is to make a complaint. Making a complaint in a positive and a factual way to the appropriate person will help you accomplish or serve you with a solution. So whether she will feel, yes, I take it, or if it's you are true, but at least you're making a complaint, it's another way of keeping a good rapport or building relationship with someone else. Okay? So next is going to be the real deal. We call it personal power and ABCs of anchor. So what is a personal power? Okay? So everyone, so the norms or the custom or the culture, everyone becomes angry. And that's a natural emotion. If you are not angry, then there is something wrong with you. If you don't have that negative feelings, and it's natural and it's a natural emotion, and there are varieties of responses that can occur when people can become so angry. Okay? So there are levels of anger, like frequency and intensity. Okay? So when we are angry, so let's say,
Have you turn off the line?
no, what's the time?
11.
Okay, I'm going to finish up. So the intensity of anger, it has to be, there is certain level. And we're going to talk about it more details, but I'm going to give you, this is a power control, or what would you do in order for you to help. When things happen when people are becoming angry, like fights, when they're in jail, or when they are being punished, or when people get hurt, etc. Okay? And so we are going to use a skill, and I want to talk first about something called personal power. So what is a personal power? Personal power is something that so personal power is is having influence over one's own future. So aya ko wesia ko pe ko having okay hoko okay hanga ko ha fa ria ke wesia. When you are influencing over one's own future, and this can be gained through positive communication by social skills effectively. Okay, so we talk about making a complaint. That is part of the social, of interacting with others or building rapport. So personal power. Let's say I'm the boss of myself. I have the power to do anything. If I make decision, I'm making the decision, and I said, okay, Devita, you are making the decision. I already gave you this. I gave you the power. I'm passing on the power to you. It's up to you to make the decision. So, but let's say, and if Devita doesn't do what I want, then I started getting angry. Devita, I'm started getting upset and elevated. So what am I doing? I am giving away my personal power to David. I'm giving away my personal power to David. That means David is winning over me or influencing me positively, that because I'm angry. Okay? So personal power is your power to make your own decision. Or you're the boss for yourself. But think about it. If I fight with Devita or Mary, if I fist fight, and I pull Mary's hair and Devita's hair, what happened? The cops will be here, and I'm gonna be taken, and I'm going to go to court, or probably I'll end up in jail. So David and Mele are outside, they are free. So what is happening to me? I have no power for myself. I have no power to enjoy life. I have no power to be happy. I have no power to think freely and have a free soul and be happy as I'm a happy person. And I have no power to talk positive and to think positive and to meet the people that I love and stay home with my children, because what? Devita and Mele is having my power. I'm giving the goodness of mine and all the power to rule and to boss myself. Where am I now? I'm in jail. Now they're outside. They are enjoying. They are walking everywhere where they want. You see? So personal power is very important. In order for you to be skillful and to be very, very therapeutic, you got to have your power. You got to have your personal power. You don't sell it or you don't give it away. Okay? So that's why it's important to control your anger. And that's why we need to manage it. Anger management is allowing us to train ourselves, practice our mind in a certain way of thinking, so we don't easily give away your power to those people that they were enemies, or we think that they don't like you and they ended up talking about you, and you are dwelling in it. And most of the time, ganov to go whakau o ku talanoa i koe, o ku lau i koe. Mahalo wha talanoa ku ko meni hataha. It happens, you know. So one time I have one of my sister, who my real sister, and I'm just giving you this example. One time my sister called me, sis, na talamai ka te au ia e mere sione kia te au na ke hiki koko no uhi ngā ko whehia au ia te au. Eh? What happened? She said, my sister said, sis, I know you moved because Mary told me that you are moving because you don't like me. You see, who made the choice to be angry? My sister. Now I am a what? External trigger. I'm not really, I am the victim. But Merecione was the one, is the external trigger for my sister. So now my sister is making a complaint. But she didn't know how to make the complaint. She just heard the news and called me right away. So she called me and I said, and I just listened and validate her. And I said, sister, who told you that? And she said, oh, it's our cousin. And I said, okay. And so tell me what you think about it. Oh, I think it's true because that's why you move away from me. See, it matches because my action matches. And then she said, oh, and you were making a post comments on Facebook. And I said, do I make comments all the time like that? Is that a new comment? Does it look new to you? And she said, well, you usually make silly comments. And I said, so now, is it any evidence for you that your sister was moving away because of that? Are you telling me you are justifying what our cousin says? So, stories can cause. Sometimes we look at someone who is happy and you know, all of a sudden someone come into your account or my account and said, how are you beautiful? To the person who is an angry bird or the person who loves to give around their personal power to others, and those people will make the decision or make decision for them, that person is a very sad person. Why? Because that person will be busy finding gangs and finding people to be with her so they can justify that she's always right. Remember, we talk about borrowing my machete or my butcher knife. It's my butcher knife. If you are borrowing it, you better return it because you asked to borrow. Don't go and gang up. Don't go and give away whole power. Moho iwi whakatupureki avea katake ke nau hanga nau tolo taat ka koe. Whai e whai tūtūni koe. Niu nau oate tūtūni ka koe. They make decision for you. They justify you. They give you what you need to do. After all, you should make up your own decision. And the communication should be a good communication. It was meant to be good. It was meant to be what? Factual and positive and to the appropriate person. Period. And then if that person is taking it or not taking it, that's her choice. But I'm not gonna direct myself. I already make my complaint and done. I'm done. Okay? So that is a fact. So now, if you cannot make the complaint and let's say you wanted to approach her, but you cannot, okay? Or you wanted to make a complaint, but you cannot use tamate yakepe ahanu ahan. The bullets for complaining is to make another complaint on the same action to that person. So what you need to do is hold on to your personal power. Don't sell it away. Don't give it away. It's yours. Because when you allow other people to make decision for you and to tell, oh, iyo, you need to do that. Iyo, halay, na don't get pehe, na don't get it talatwe. No. Don't go around and make that decision because you're what? You are giving away her power, mo malo hinga, ki kakai ko ya ke na pure ikoy. You see? And when I'm angry at you, I just give you factual and positive. It's up to you to pick it or no. And then, what else I can do? We are human. We make our own decision. And if you don't know how to make your own decision, you better learn to use this skill. So the skills we're going to use is called A, B, C. A as in apple, A because apple, B as in boy, C as in cat. So I have an acronym. So majority of the treatment is all acronym, so you can understand. So we learn to memorize. So ABC. What is ABC?
The alphabet.
Very right, Fidi. It's an alphabet. So if you don't know or you don't want to go to Merisione like my sister and tell her, my little sister said that you were wrong. If you don't want to do that, or like my sister who was frowning when she cooked, if I don't want to approach her, just leave her the way it is, then I will use this skill. A. So A meaning, I have a little bag here. Let's say, I'm going to use this bag. Uh-oh. I have a bag here, okay? I'm going to use this so it's easier for you to understand what Mr. Tu is trying to say. So let's say I have a big bag, okay? My bag is right here. So what I'm going to say, okay, A means accumulating. What is accumulating? It's adding, addition. Add good positive behavior or good positive action. So now I am going to think about my sister who is frowning. Oh, she's frowning. Okay, what is my positive ideas? Oh, maybe she is having flashback. One, put it to my back. There. Okay. Is she angry? No, maybe she's just tired. Maybe she's tired. One, positive, in. Oh, what is she so mad? Is she angry? Is she getting up because I'm here? Oh, no. I think she missed some appointment that she has to do. One. Why is she angry? Oh, she remembered she didn't close the door of her car. Mahalo. Nakakitapuni e kaka wiloto hamea mauinga. One. So you add a lot of what? Positive ideas to your pocket, to your bag. And then when you are so unfair, when you think unfairly about things, you reach down to your pocket or to your bag, pull out positive ideas. I need to think that she is a mother of 9. She's worn out. Oh, why is she angry? Maybe her husband and her were arguing and now she is so angry about it. You see, you have a pocket full of tools and you have other positive ideas. Okay, why is she like that? Why is she not following my directive? Oh, mahalo ko si Puke. Mahalo ko si hela iya. Mahalo pe kulahi no talangi ni ihip sai pe iya kini fai fo imi ako iya. After all ko kini ilo iya. ke ne tokanga mai a ka au ko no toko wa ke mawhia ngongoi, okay? Sai, aia koe mahalo ka te au ko ngahi mea e koko uhinga tuki ai. It is very important that we what? That we stick to that positive, accumulating ABCA, accumulating or adding positive good ideas. Tānaki whaoaki ki ho katoa pe ko ho oa, ai ngahi whakakaukau lere. Hana si fingo fingo ai mahana kai ke kai, ko mea fingo fingo ai. Mahana na ke mohono Maria we, mahana si loto mamahi. Oh, mahana na te ke ose ne ngā we, na totong ke whainau na kune toku mana tu iha. Ia we mahalo ku toko lai whanau ko hela ia, ka ko pau ke ne kuki. Whiunga me ku mai matapea. You see, build positive ideas or positive behaviors or positive actions. Put it into your pocket. And when you walk into such event, then you can start pulling out those tools. You can use it. And it will help calm or distract the brain from focusing on negative ideas or behavior. You get it? So what does B stand for? The more you have your pocket full of good ideas and good positive, hardly there's nothing negative it will hurt you. And I'm telling you that's true. The more negative, you will have a lot of patience, e lahiang ho kataki, he ku lahiang e mama, mo ngahi lele ko fa ko kato, pete ke pulu. Ai ka no taha ku lahiang e lele o ke lau, o ke judgmental, o ke ngutulau, o ke feho whakahokolau, o ke tau alu ke kumiha ne kakai, ke whakatonuhiai e ne ekshini. You see? So, aia ko tau alu vai ko lahiang e koe ho build or add or accumulate positive ideas, then you're coping. You are building self-mastery. Musio B stands for building. Building self-control, self-mastery. O ku ke langa pe ke fatu ai koe, ke hoko koe fungani kita, ke hoko o matatari pe ke lava pe o mapule iho ita. Koe ngahe ku ha, fere mo fafo ho fu kato, lahi ngai whakaukau le rei loto. Okay? Pea koe whakamui rewa koe si, aia ku ia here whaparangi, coping ahead. I he lahi ange koe, ho ngahe positive ideas, mo lahi ange ho ngahe tools, he keke ke alatu peo, langa aki ha whare ha. When you build, you don't just build with a hammer. You have to have a saw, you have to have nails, you have to have timber. So you cannot just tackle or handle unfair thoughts with what? With only a hammer, or with just what? Making a complaint. You got to use skills. You got to have adding different kinds of positive ideas so you can, I will just leave it alone because she's worn out. She's tired. Maybe she has been working so hard. She has 9 kids and she has every right to frown. Who am I? I just need to not to be what? Not judgmental. Okay? And then the last one is C, cope ahead. Ko lahiang e koe ho tānak ki ho fatu, pe ko ho mafu, pe ko ho uto, ai ngahi mea ukulele. Whatātai taha ke ha, ke tōlungia, uku ke mau e koe ai makatuunga pe foundation ke mapurei hosi no mo atamai I ho whakaukau ke oa te ke ita. Pea koe tolu ki ai, you are coping ahead. Oku ke lava o pare tua, and you also shield and protect yourself from getting angry or getting emotion or elevated in negative emotion or getting offended. Because when you are offended, it's a choice, people. And so ABC is a good skill. When you don't know how to handle your complaint, you can use ABC. And ABC, you can handle it, you can tackle other anchor issue with it. You see, A, accumulate or adding positive ideas or action or behaviors. When you have all these positive, you are able to what? Building self-mastery. You control yourself. And number 3 is C, you are learning to cope ahead. You look at the cope ahead thing is like this. Next time if I go to my sister's house when she is frowning, I'll come and sing a song. See, that's my positive. I touch my pocket, bring out those I'll use okay, or I'll say, hey sister, what's up? Why are you so frowning? Make a comment. Hey sis, are you okay? Hey sis, I'm singing you a song. You know, I love karaoke. I'll sing a karaoke to you. So, coping ahead is planning for the future. That whenever you face this thing, you are going to easily what? Handle it by coping ahead. If I see this, if and then, I will do this. If I come here, my sister is scolding me on the phone again for moving or doing something wrong, I'll say, sis, I hear you. I'll validate her and I say, I totally understand. But I love you. I didn't mean it. You see? So, we are angry. When I'm angry, I'm angry. I can cuss you out. I can yell at you. I can throw things, and pans and pots and slippers will be thrown out there. My children knows that. And they will talk about it. I had one of my sons on Mother's Day sent me a YouTube, his tribute for me. But you can hear, you know, it's the reality. It's the fact. That's who the mother is. But it was very sincere to me. And I had, you know, I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to be good. Because I'm trying to use the things that I've been trained and educated to use it. So I think, I hope you guys learned. And I hope you guys will come next time. We are going to talk about it. This will allow you to be the best person or the best version of yourself. Best version of myself. You know, it's normal, it's natural to be what? Angry. If you're not angry, there's something wrong. So I like to say, A, build self-control, accumulate adding positive ideas or positive behavior. Build self-mastery, cope ahead. When you cope ahead, nothing else will control you, or you will never give away your personal power. Because each conflict situation has three components. One is action, event or happening that triggered me. Remember, we talk about external and internal. And the behavior, how I respond. If someone don't do what I want to do, or, you know, if I tell my children, hey, wash the dishes, and if you don't do, how do I react when they don't do it? And number three, the consequences. What happened as a result of my behavior? The consequences when I what? When they don't do it, what happened? I yell, I shout, I cuss them out. So it is very important that we know these skills, so we what? So we can control ourselves. First of all, identify the triggers. What is the cause of my anger? You have to kill that part. Let go that part. You have to iron that out. The trigger is the worst thing. It's just more like talking about health, you know, like gout. My husband used to have a bad gout. All we do is just what? Trying to get the gout calm. Instead of what? Instead of getting the cause. What is the cause? We didn't know that the cause was more internally. He was born with it, or he was having it long time ago. He has asbestosis, or he has mesothelioma. So it is an internal or a terminal illness that caused the gout. But we thought it is because he eat red meat all the time. That acid was just coming with him. So I want to say that. It is so sincere and so dear for me, but I want to say that because anger has three components. The event that triggers, or what is the trigger of the event, is how you react or behavior, and what is the result, consequences. If you know all the triggers and you know how to handle your behavior, how you react, there won't be any bad result. There won't be any negative or consequences. There will always be smiling and positive affirmation. Okay, so I like to say thank you, and before we conclude, let's finish up by listening to one of the favorite songs that I always use. This song is always the treatment song that I always play, and I like to conclude it because whatever we do in life, guys, We cannot what? We cannot huddle it all together at once. It's one step, baby step, one step at a time. Okay, so I would like to end this with you guys. And I said, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can change. Yes, I can get angry, but I can also change it by learning the skills and the wisdom to know the differences. I have to understand the other person was not trained, was not educated how to handle. But I have to have more understanding. That means you will have more patience. I positive affirmation to yourself and you will feel be good. So I would like to end with this treatment song and it's gonna be a karaoke and may you have a wonderful night. Have a great Sabbath day. Tune in tomorrow. We are having we are going to have some church song. I'm only human. I'm just a woman. Help me believe in what I could be and all that I am. Show me the stairway I have to climb. Lord, for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. One day at a time. Sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking of you. Just give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. Yesterday is gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine. Lord, help me today, show me the way, one day at a time. Do you remember when you walked among men? Well, Jesus, you know, you're looking below. It's worse now than then. Pushing and shouting, that's ground at my mind. So for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking of you. Just give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. Yesterday is gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine. Lord, help me today, show me the way, one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking of you. tomorrow may never be mine. Lord, help me today, show me the way, one day at a time. Lord, help me today, show me the way, one day at a time. Well, and that's the end of our short program. And thank you for tuning in. You can always reach me with any of my Facebook pages. Leave a messenger, call me, text me. And my number is 360-214-0871. And the other number is 360-214-1902. You can text me, leave me a voicemail, or just publicly comment on any of my pages. You have a wonderful day, and thank you for tuning in to be the best version of myself. Hoko kohafungani kita, and may you have a wonderful day. Do not forget that you are you. Do not forget you are the boss of yourself. Do not give your personal power to anybody else. You are the unique person. With that qualities, with that standards, you need to be the boss, and do not ever give your personal power, because when you are elevated in negative emotion, you tend to give away that precious gift that you have is your own power to control yourself. Remember, A, B, C is accumulating positive ideas, build self-mastery, and then in the future you can learn to cope ahead with any negative emotions. Be yourself. Know you are beautiful. Know you're somebody and feel confident because you are the greatest. And your greatness can become the best of you and be that best version of myself. Hoko kohafungani kita, tua eki ofatu, and tune in tomorrow for some spiritual music. Have a great night. Don't forget 360-214-0871. Have a